Alright, what is up, my dear friends and orchid chroniclers? Thank you for tuning in. As promised, we're going to do a tissue culture update. Next episode, we will show all my fun stuff from the orchid show, which was superb. So let's get into it. Couple things. One, I've been experimenting with venting tape, test media, just to see if this would keep out contaminants. Apparently it's easier to keep out contaminants if the container is on its side as opposed to up and down, just the movement of air. Venting tape does not apparently keep out everything, although it seems to be going well right now. Those particular containers don't seem to be doing very well for keeping contaminants out, so I've stopped using those, although the taller containers, the taller versions of the guys, are fine. I've been making some media so I can get some Phalaenopsis seeds sown in the coming weeks. Some of the assorted seeds that I put on MS media are starting to germinate. Venus flytrap doing quite well. Here, this is what Ipomopsis germinating. These Venus flytraps are not doing so well. I've been using the millipore paper to vent things, and I've used a piece of venting tape to cover the millipore paper over the hole. It's a hole in the wall. You can't really see it from here, but I poked a little hole in that. This is California poppy, germinating quite well. We've got this Venus flytrap, which looks a-okay at this point. Some of the Venus flytrap seeds that I put on the half-strength MS media have germinated into like swell. The Regia did not make it, unfortunately. These have yet to germinate, and the sundew seeds have not germinated yet. Some exciting news about the buds. So I've been forcing the buds on the hemlocks because the unexpanded hemlock buds are very difficult to work with, and we've got expansion. Yay! So I'm going to be getting these on the media. Oh, by the way, I got really sick of like having scalpels wrapped and not really knowing what size was what. So I sacrificed one scalpel of each size, one scalpel blade, so that I had this handy guide here so I knew what everything looked like. The 15 is really good for dissecting the small tree buds, whereas these large 21 and 22s are really, really good for the larger orchid seed pods. Some of our buds didn't show any growth. A lot of them contaminated because dormant buds are very difficult. However, oleander! Ah! We have some growth in this guy. You can see there's nice green swelling, probably induction of, oh come on. It's probably induction of a meristem or something going on here. I'm really hoping to get some oleander out of that. Lilac bud here is doing something really weird. There's like this mass in the middle of that leaf. I don't know if that's callus forming, but it looks like it's getting bigger. And there's also some development. This is on woody plant media. Cymbidium anther. So when I went to the orchid show, I was given a broken up cymbidium stem. Somebody broke off a bunch of flower buds by accident. It's a quite cumbersome orchid, so that's kind of understandable that somebody carrying it around would break part of it. So I was just given the stem, and so I took the anthers out. Here is my earlier Cymbidium anther culture. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know if that's all callus forming or if it's just dying on me, but it's definitely swelling up, so something's going on in there. That oleander's not progressing as well as the others. However, more lilac, and then this oleander seems to be getting, I really wish that it was easier for me to, there seems to be some ridge of tissue growing right there. And then more cymbidium. I put some cymbidium anther and node from the flower inflorescence on some MS right in there. Some Pollinia anther, and then you can see my millipore ventilation. Where's the other one that I did for this? A couple of different orchid medias. Hopefully something will take. Let's see. Really exciting news for some of our Cattleyas. This is the Potonia Tricky Love with the Doris and Byron that fathered the seeds. Is this the one where there are a couple of seedlings in it? Yeah. You can see some protocorms right at the, oh yeah, there. You can see there are at least 5 or 6 green dots in there. So they're coming along ever so slowly. I ventilated some of the older Happiness and Byron crosses because the protocorms are getting to the size where they need some airflow for ventilation purposes. They're doing really, really well. Gotta see this. Let's see. Ah! They've got leaves. Okay, I really gotta show the leaves. The leafiness of the plants. Yeah, they're becoming seedlings. Alright, anyway. Yeah, so we've got a couple of really nice seedlings coming along in there. This one right here is kind of funny because it'll kill off a leaf and then grow a new leaf. And so I'm like, well, the seedling's not dying, but it's also kind of acting a little funny. But, you know, they're just coming along, doing what they're going to do. I'm just going to put all of this, oopsie. I'm just trying to keep everybody kind of in an organized fashion here while I check on all of them. The Epidendrum secundum haven't done much yet. One of the seeds in the dark treatment on the P669 media has germinated. It's just a small protocorm. But yeah, that's about all for tissue culture for now. I'm going to remove and sterilize some hemlock buds so I can get going on that. So, yeah, that's what's going on now. Oh, and I replated some of the pubescens. There were a couple of large pubescens protocorms that I decided, you know what, they've been on their old media for long enough, let me just replate them quickly. They're hiding in there.